Being an athletic trainer is super rewarding internally. You know, we don't get all the glory. We're behind the scenes. You know, we're not getting the high fives and the congratulations and all that stuff. But when we see our athletes succeed, it feels good. Athletic training, we do a lot of things. Our main thing is to take care of the athletes, keep them healthy, which is a tall job. We have a lot of people trying to break them. They're constantly putting their bodies through quite extensive workout regimens that just break them down. So we try and keep them healthy before they get hurt, and then when they do get hurt, we do our best to put them back together and keep them healthy, get them back on the fields or on the courts. The biggest tool that we have as athletic trainers are our hands. We do a lot of stuff with our hands, such as manual muscle therapy. And down. And down. Things where we're using our hands to manipulate the athletes' bodies to help them get better. That's kind of the fun part about the job, is because everything's different. You know, we got a ton of different joints in the body, different bones, different muscles, and they all are subject to getting hurt. So whether or not you got a football player who gets a huge collision injury and breaks their collarbone, or a soccer player who steps on a soccer ball and rolls their ankle, crew athletes who pull back muscles all the time, or shoulder muscles, and you got to work on those. And that's the fun part, is the detecting what's going on and trying to figure out through anatomy, physiology, what's broken. And then once you figure out what's broken, then you got to figure out how to fix it. Sometimes we use some massage tools that help us. I mean, as I've been doing this 16 years, my hands start to get sore, so we start to buy more and more tools that help assist our hands, such as fire cupping. And basically, fire cupping is we use a glass jar, put fire inside the jar and pull it out to take out the oxygen, create a vacuum, and then put it on the tissue. And it sucks the tissue up into the cup, and by doing that, we're separating the muscle from the myofascia. And the myofascia is a covering over the muscle. And by doing that, we increase a whole lot of blood flow going to a very targeted area of muscle. Only downside to the cupping is it leaves big old circle bruises on people. And scraping is basically all we're doing is we're using a metal tool to scrape across the skin and kind of get adhesions or any kind of scarring, get those broken up, and also increase a lot of blood flow to tissues. We do a lot of techniques in the athletic training room that unfortunately don't feel good. But without athletic trainers, it would be harder for the coaches to do their job, because they'd have to think more about the athletes and who's hurt and what's going on. Are they getting better? How do we get them better? People who don't use an athletic trainer, a lot of times are way more predisposed to having recurrent injuries than those that do. People leave the athletic trainer room dripping with sweat, complain how hard it was. If it's easy, then I'm not doing my job most of the time. Most of the time, rehab is as hard, if not harder, than actual practice. When I found athletic training, it was amazing to get back in and get working with the athletes, and that little bit that I love being an athlete, you can kind of live through the athletes vicariously by seeing them succeed and helping them succeed, because their successes are our successes.